Janet Marie Smith, who is a urban planner and architect, who was hired, um, came over the transom in Baltimore and hired to help Larry Lucchino build Camden Yards. Um, Became synonymous. Her name became synonymous with the retro ballpark movement that includes Forbes Field, where she's, no, I'm sorry, not Forbes, that includes PNC Park in Pittsburgh, which replaced Forbes Field. It includes the Giants Stadium, whatever that's called these days, and God knows how many others that are supposed to be like ye old ballparks. But she's also responsible for having figured out a way to modernize Fenway enough to continue to play there. She's responsible, for example, for the seats up on the Green Monster, which is, I told her, if it's me, I have my ashes put up there, but I'm not a Red Sox fan. So anyway, and she's just redone large portions of Dodger Stadium in Chavez Ravine. And there's always a balance, and this is something that I tried to get at in the book, between history, nostalgia, and the present. And baseball's always been sort of torn in opposing directions, and finding that balance is hard. There are a lot of people in Boston who felt, up until the last maybe perhaps year, that the ownership of the Red Sox were content to make Fenway Park the thing they were selling, as opposed to the baseball being played in Fenway Park. And why weren't they spending money, and da 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 da. Well, I've loosened the purse strings a little bit. Will be interesting to see what they do this year. But they certainly have made it a destination, right? Um, Camden Yards was the first that attempted to create a destination, but with all the modern appurtenances. What was hidden behind, that great brick facade, that faces right field. It was the old B&O warehouse, which they decided to use as a backdrop, because they wanted to build an urban ballpark. And this was a signifier. I mean, it was such a monument in Baltimore. And that dictated a lot about the shape of the field. They wanted to make an intimate ballpark, where you weren't, 1,000 miles away, the way you were in some of those old concrete donuts, like, the Vet in Philly. Uh, but behind, the charm of Camden Yards and the exquisite attention to detail, they have the wellness rooms. It's like they got all the stuff that you have to have to curry favor with free agents. Um, so do the Red Sox, for that matter. But it's a balancing act, and I again, I would say that baseball got stuck, trying to figure its way out of the allegiance to history, the amount of change that can be tolerated within, a game. It's always evolved. Remember, it started out as a game where pitchers threw underhanded. So it's not like it hasn't changed, and it's not like I'm saying in Make Me Commissioner that I want no change. I just want the human beings at the end of the day to be making the decisions about, or to at least be able to assess the information they're given by the math geniuses, and make a decision of whether it's a good baseball decision, not just a mathematic probability.